going to focus on creating ads. So from here, you're going to click on to Ads Manager. Once you're here, you might see a few of these little notifications. You can X out of them unless there's a red flag of any type. It might say you need to add your payment method, but typically they're just updates, internal updates. So it might say like Business Manager has changed some of its metrics. Just as you see right here, removing some redundant metrics and this was back in July 2018. So from here, all you really have to do is click Create. Your interface will look slightly different from this just because, one, we have cropped out any unnecessary information just to focus on the objectives and not confuse. And also, the other thing to keep in mind is sometimes Facebook will A/B test interfaces, so you will see, it might just look different. I've had experiences where I've worked at the same agency and my coworker or my colleague and I would have completely different interfaces and we were managing the same ad accounts. So don't be surprised if it looks slightly different. Facebook is just constantly A/B testing. It's just how the algorithm is set up. So the first thing you're going to need to do is select your marketing objective. You know, if you're interested in just an awareness campaign and all you really care about is impressions, meaning unique viewers, then you might want to consider an awareness campaign. The second tier is consideration. So you have traffic, meaning traffic to your website or your landing page. There's engagement, meaning likes, shares, DMs, all of that. There are app install campaigns. So say you have an app in the Google Play or App Store, this is definitely where you will need to go to get more installs. There are video views campaigns. So if you're a media company that needs viewership for ad revenue, this is definitely where you will see, this is where you can basically purchase thousands of views if you need to. And by purchase, I don't mean that you're showing it to a bot. I mean that you are just targeting a certain audience and showing it to them. But we'll get to that down the road. Lead gen is if you are trying to capture leads. So if you are in the business of getting more subscribers, or you're trying to get more leads for, say, your small business or your law firm or your dental practice, it would definitely be our recommendation. It really depends on your goals. So the first thing you'll definitely want to consider is what is the goal of your campaign, and then kind of pick from here. Messages is a direct message to your Facebook or Instagram page. So this means that you've pretty much enabled automated messaging, and it's a little more complicated. So we'll probably have a course on that to come. But for the sake of this kind of quick setup, we're going to focus just on traffic ads. But before I go on, I'll wrap up this third tier that's a little bit like closer down the funnel, and it's conversions. Conversions typically are the most expensive, like from a cost per acquisition stance. It's the difference between spending $20 and getting maybe 1,000 impressions, as opposed to spending $20 with a traffic campaign and getting maybe 10 or 15,000 impressions. So you have conversions, which is somebody taking action on your site, or finishing a purchase, or signing up for a subscription. It's another route to capture leads. And you also have catalog sales and store visits, which are a little more complicated. Store visits are pretty basic in terms of just like geo-targeting and localizing an effort. But for the sake of this course, we're just going to focus on traffic campaign. So first things first is you're going to click traffic. So once you've selected your objective, basically how it works is, based on your objective, Facebook's algorithm is going to show your ad to people most likely to take the action connected to your objective. So for traffic, it's you doing this based on user behavior. So if users are if they have shown the tendency to click through on ads, they're more likely, the algorithm is going to show it to these people. So this is where things get really interesting, and you will be able to enter in your targeting information. It's always great to kind of explore this area because you can target anything from retailers to TV shows to artists to books. I really recommend that you just kind of explore this area and test out what interests are connected to your business, because that can really help with developing a strong content marketing plan, and also can help with developing content and ads for the future, and also experimenting with different sort of services if you need to, or if you want to, if you're a restaurant and you want to test out a different option on your menu, this would be something really interesting to explore. You'll also want to make sure that your location it matches where you want to target. So if you are a large company and you need to target all of the US, then this works perfectly. If you are a smaller company and you want to target just people in your city, then you'll definitely want to type in your location and make sure that you exclude the US and focus only on the location you want. You'll see that there's some options with this drop down. You'll see that you can target everyone in the location, people who live there, and also people who are just visiting. So it's definitely worth exploring those. Here with this connection type, you can add people who are fans of your audience. This is really important because right now, this is 2019, Facebook and Instagram are now only showing your content to 7% of your audience, which means that if you have a follower count of 1,000, that it's only shown to about 7%. So that would be about 70 people, if my math's correct. Here is where you're going to add your budget. So it's really, this drop down gives you the option for a daily or a lifetime budget. It really depends on what your goals are. You know, it might be a trial and error thing. You might start with a lifetime. We recommend starting with the lifetime budget just to keep control of your campaigns. And you also have the option to schedule your campaign. So if you find that you think your ad will be most relevant during lunchtime, during Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 employees, then you can literally schedule your campaign to only run between 11 and 1 p.m. And that would cover your lunch audience. It's important to look at your potential reach and your daily estimated results, because this is going to give you an idea of the audience size that you're working with. Obviously, if it gets too specific, Facebook will let you know. You will find it really depends on your industry, you know, sometimes, and your industry, and also the objective that you're working with, because for brand awareness campaigns, the larger the better, and for kind of conversion campaigns, it might be better to just be a little more narrow with your audience, so under 1 million or so. Next, we move on to creative, which is basically the imagery or the video that you'll be using for your ad. You have the option to create a carousel, a single image, a video, a slideshow, a collection. We're going to keep it simple and focus on a single image. Your ad might look something like this. So this would be your company, obviously, and your creative. So it would be either your video or your still image. And depending on your CTA, that's what would be shown here. So this one was an app install campaign. So that's why it says install now. And this is what the Facebook ad looks like. Again, we're trying to keep this really short. If you need additional resources, we'd recommend Blueprint, Canva, The Science of Social by Buffer, and also Buffer for scheduling out your content. In addition to that, we also offer some additional services. So If you are drawing a blank and you think this is a little too complicated, a little too convoluted, I need some extra help, just reach out to us at carteblancemediaventures.com. We do audits, we do campaign management. The price really depends on the type of work it is, but it's not a problem. Just send us an email, we can connect. So our experience has been managing 500,000 in social ad buys. So everything from Facebook to Instagram to Spotify and Pandora ads. Thank you for your time, and reach out if you have any questions.